Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Childcare Director's Chair, where Erica Sacoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Childcare Director's Chair.
Hey guys, Erica Sacoccio here with the Child Care Director's Chair. And if you are a child care owner, we have a few things on our mind right now. Number one is staffing crisis. And number two is pricing strategies. Because let's face it, inflation is through the roof. Our costs are through the roof between rising costs of labor, rising costs of rent, taxes, supplies, you name it. You know, you guys are in it as well. So we really have to be strategic about how we are pricing. And I know that we all have really big hearts, and it's very easy for us to feel bad and not want to change our rates and to feel bad about what people can afford. But at the end of the day, if you don't have other sources of income coming in besides tuition, you're going to have to close your doors. You have to make sure that you are priced accordingly to cover your expenses and make a profit. Even if you are a nonprofit, we all know you need to have some cushion in the bank account to continue to be sustainable over a period of time. I'm certainly not talking about price gouging. I'm certainly not talking about taking advantage of the market right now because, let's face it, although there is increased inflation, there also is a huge demand for childcare right now. Families can't get into a program anywhere, no matter what state you're in. We all have wait lists that are, 3, 4, 5, 6 months out, and the better programs are over a year. Some programs are at the point where they can't even maintain a wait list anymore because it really isn't feasible to even be able to see that far down the line. So if you're a childcare owner looking to optimize your pricing strategies, we have compiled a list of 10 valuable tips to help you navigate the world of childcare pricing with confidence and success. So let's dig into it. The first thing is you have to understand your cost. Begin by thoroughly understanding the costs associated with running your childcare center. This includes rent, utilities, staff wages, supplies, insurance, landscaping, plumbing, all of those things. The regular maintenance. You have to have a clear grasp on your costs to make informed decisions when you're setting your prices. You need to make sure that your bank recs are done monthly. You have to make sure that you're pulling those quarterly reports and monthly reports, weekly reports. You need to pull as many reports as possible to make informed decisions about where you are in pricing. And it changes very regularly. I can tell you 6 months ago, my costs were not what they are now. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. The next thing is you have to do some research on the market. Conduct a thorough market research to gain insights into pricing strategies of the childcare centers in your area. This will help you understand the competitive landscape, and it will ensure that your prices are in line with industry standards. And I'm not sure what state you're listening from, but in Rhode Island, the state market rates are higher than what some centers are charging. So if you are, depending on your Bright Stars rating, if you are, or any state really, if you're higher in a QRS model, if you have that in your state, there's a good chance that that tuition is going to look higher than an entry-level QRS program. So take that into consideration when you are doing your market research. The next thing is, how are you differentiating your services? You really need to dig in now more than ever and highlight your unique features and benefits of your child care center and what you offer, whether it's a specialized curriculum, extended hours, or additional services that emphasize these differentiators, then you need to do that to justify your higher price point. And I would say right now it is very easy to go with the extended hours because many programs after COVID really limited their hours. A lot of programs are, open at 7:30 or 8 o'clock and are closing at 4, 4:30, 5 o'clock. If you're offering a 6:30 to 6 or a 6:30 to 6:30, you really would have a competitive edge, and it would allow you to charge a premium. You might even be able to do where you have a base of time, and then if people want to add additional hours or blocks of time to that, you can upcharge for that. So think about, what are you really offering for full time? Are you offering open to close, or is it 40 hours? And then if there's additional time being used above the 40 hours, are you charging for that? And if you're not, you might want to think about that as an additional revenue source. Consider your target market and understand your target market and their willingness to pay for factors such as the location, the demographics, the income levels can all influence the price sensitivity of your potential customers. And tailor your pricing strategies accordingly to attract the desired clientele that you're looking for. If you're looking for higher end clientele, then obviously your prices would be on the higher end of the spectrum. So think about the customers you currently have. What demo are they from? Who is paying you? Who's paying you on time? Who is paying you consistently? Who is asking for discounts? And you really have to kind of quantify, how is that affecting your business? And again, I know you have a big heart. I do too, and I've been doing it for years. But at the end of the day, if this is your family's livelihood and how you're feeding your family and paying your mortgage, you really do got to take those factors into consideration. You also want to maybe offer tiered pricing strategy. So consider implementing tiered pricing options to cater to different customer needs. That could be options for full-time, part-time, drop-in care, also allowing parents to choose more suitable and affordable options for those requirements. So, maybe you have less minimums or you have more minimums. You have to really look at who you have enrolled in your program now. If you have 3 or 4 children who are 3-day-a-week children, are you selling those other spots to 2-day-a-week families? Or maybe families who are on your wait list, you can sell those spots until a 5-day spot comes available. But don't leave any day or time left open right now, because you really do need that income to cover your overhead. So make sure that you are at your maximum FTE at all periods of time. You can also bundle services. So to create attractive packages by bundling additional services such as meals, transportation, or extracurricular activities, this is not only adds value for the parents, but it also allows you to increase your overall revenue. And so price accordingly for that, especially if you have an after-school program. Make sure that you are factoring in the maintenance on your vans, the registration, the gas, all of those things, the additional staff person to go out and pick up the children at school. Make sure that you're adding that in. Extracurricular activities such as field trips, special guest visitors. And a lot of times centers don't really upcharge for those, but at least charge something for it to help defray the cost. Makes the most sense when you are really looking at your budgets. Implementing dynamic pricing. Consider implementing dynamic pricing strategies to optimize your revenue. And this includes adjusting prices based on factors like demand, seasonality, or special events. By offering discounts during slower periods or premium rates during high periods of demand, you can really maximize your profitability. Now, you may not be able to implement that strategy right now because the market is so tight that every center is at a premium at this moment. But if you think about hotels, they use this strategy all of the time. Same with airlines. They use that strategy all of the time. So it's really a great way to make sure you don't have any downtime And when you do have downtime, that you maximize your ability to make some money during those slow seasons, if you will. Also provide payment flexibility. Offer various payment options to accommodate different financial situations. And this can include monthly payments, quarterly, yearly payments, as well as accepting different forms of payments such as credit card, check, electronic transfers, state subsidies. And there was a period of time where state subsidies, we were actually getting less per child. And now those state subsidies really, at least in Rhode Island, have really beefed up. Again, it is tied to your quality ratings system. But right now, I feel like the states are paying quite a bit more than they have in the past. And I think that is probably across states. You want to monitor and adjust. So continuously monitor your pricing strategies and regularly evaluate your effectiveness. So keep track of your full-time enrollment rates, your customer feedback, and your financial performance to identify any areas for improvement and then make the necessary adjustments. And I feel like if you really use the customer feedback, you really can dive down to what customers love about your program and what they're willing to pay a premium for, and then the services that they feel that you're lacking in that you might be able to add to your program to make you a little bit more attractive and really get competitive. And the last thing is you have to be able to communicate value. Clearly communicate the value of your childcare center and what it provides to parents. Highlight the educational programs, the qualified staff that you have, the safety measures that you have taken, the nurturing environment that sets you apart. And by effectively conveying the benefits of your services, parents will be willing to pay a premium price. And unfortunately, that's what we're looking at right now. And the premium price, honestly, on most times is just enough to cover the overhead with a little bit extra. So by implementing these 10 pricing strategy tips, you can confidently set your prices in a way that ensures the success and growth of your childcare business. So stay competitive, attract the right clientele, and maximize your profitability while providing exceptional care for your children. So I hope that those tips were helpful for you. If you haven't implemented any of those, I would say today your course of action is to pull your reports and take a look and see where are you doing well and what areas do you really need to work on to make sure that you are covered and successful and have a sustainable program. We hope that you'll be in business for years to come. So thank you for tuning into the Childcare Director's Chair. If this is your first time, we ask that you like, subscribe, or comment below. Follow us on our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and give a like to this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to Childcare Director's Chair.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Childcare Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Childcare Director's Chair.